Good morning and welcome to Inside Texoma. I'm Melissa Kakarika, and today we are taking an inside look at the Wichita Theater. So I'm joined by Dwayne Jackson, who's the president and CEO of the theater, and Chance Harmon, the Arts Education Director. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
All right, well, tell us a little bit about the Wichita Theater just to get everybody started.
Well, the Wichita Theater was originally built in Wichita Falls in 1908, downtown at the same location. It was remodeled in 1939 to a movie house, and it stayed that way until the late 70s when it became a live performing venue again. And then approximately 10 years ago, we took it to another level and started producing Broadway shows. So it has seen quite a transformation, but we like to say it is now doing exactly what it did in its original state in 1908, performing Broadway performances.
Great, and what can somebody expect kind of when they come to the theater, when they come to those Broadway performances?
Well, it's a great venue. It's very comfortable, very intimate. The shows that we put on are very, very progressive as far as technically. We've got a new concept with video backdrops that we have added to our mix, starting with our last Christmas show, that will be kind of transforming the way community theater is done. That causes a lot of intrigue with the shows. We use local performers in everything we do. They're all volunteers. And so we've taken the best of family entertainment combined with local performers, giving them a chance to get out of their house, do things that they haven't done maybe since high school, and be on the stage. It's the costumes that our wardrobe department put out are just over the top.
They're
so
amazing.
we've taken community theater to what we like to say we are a regional entertainment attraction.
Great, and a great community support too. I mean, people who come just rave about the shows. What kind of feedback do you guys get?
Oh, we get a lot of, the feedback is incredible. We're quite honored by the comments that people make because we don't have a traditional stage, so we have to be very creative in how we stage shows. And so, it's, people show us how they like us by their attendance. And last year we had just under 25,000 people come through to see shows. So it's exciting to see.
About how many shows per year would you say you guys normally put on?
We've sized it back this year from where we have been. We're going to take the shows, run them a little longer, and do fewer of them. This year we'll have 6 major shows, which will run throughout the year. Each of them will run 6 to 7 weeks long instead of the traditional 3 or 4. And then we've got some 8 to 12-year-old programs for our kids, and then we've got a junior show for our 8 to 18-year-olds. So we'll have a total of 9 productions through the year, but 6 majors.
That's still a lot of shows.
It's still a lot of shows.
For the amount of work that you guys put in too.
That's the reason we cut back the shows this year. We normally will put up 8 major shows a year, and it takes its toll on trying to keep the quality up with the set crew and the costume department. So.
And our great actor volunteers.
Oh yeah.
Well, more about the actors. How does it work when they want to audition? Say somebody out there is interested in auditioning for a show.
Go to the website. Go to the
Which
website.
is?
Always there.
It's always there. Like I said, our theater, it's just people in our community. And we have really, really, really talented people in our area and surrounding areas. If you're interested in a show, you can go on the website and look and see what shows are coming up, and we will post the auditions there.
Okay.
And what you need to bring and how to prepare.
And the Wichita Theater website is wichitatheater.com.
Okay, good to know. So if you want to go and find out some information about how to audition.
We won't keep it a surprise any longer.
That's right.
It's no longer a secret. Gosh, we've let it out of the bag.
So what's it like for you guys to be a part of the theater and a part of the shows?
It's wonderful. I grew up in Wichita Falls and left for many years and worked in New York City in television and came back and had the opportunity to actually do a show. Actually, I think someone made me come down there and do a show. I did a show, and I had such a great experience. It was so amazing. Just everything that goes into it. He was talking about the costumes. Our costumes are some of the best costumes I've seen in any regional and some Broadway shows. I mean, it's really great. The hours that people put in, the energy that they put in it. So I just kind of stuck around. And then we had an opportunity to start a program, which we can talk about later. But it's really great. And it's a really great escape for, for the people that they work all day. And there's a lot of people that haven't sung since high school or college, and they get to come after work and put on these great shows and get to entertain the people of our community. It's really great.
Well, speaking of the great shows that you guys put on, we're coming up on Beauty and the Beast. So
it's here.
It's here. We're going to talk about that when we come back.
Yes, it's getting a little anxious.
Welcome back to Inside Texoma and this inside look at the Wichita Theater. I'm once again joined by Chance Harmon and Dwayne Jackson. And in case you haven't heard, Beauty and the Beast is now playing at the Wichita Theater. So tell us how this show came about, why you decided to put this one on.
Well, this year is about the full family experience. We have had a tremendous success through the years at building a new audience, non-traditional theater goers, and that's the families bringing their kids, their grandkids. And so this was a show that we had great success with as we started our first year in 2006 with doing Broadway shows, and that was Beauty and the Beast. So this being our beginning of our next 10 years, that we decided what a great way to start. It's an incredible show that adults, kids, everyone love. It was on Broadway as one of the top 5 grossing shows, and that most of those came from adults. So it's a show for everyone to come out and enjoy.
Now, is it what you would traditionally expect from the show and the movie and the classic tale of Beauty and the Beast?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All the songs, all the dancing.
Yeah, Disney does a good job at keeping their shows tied together. They don't jump out and go get recreative. I guess that's more work.
Yeah. Okay, now are you in it?
I am not in this one.
Okay. So
we're getting ready for the next one.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a whole other project.
That's right. That's right.
But as you said before, a lot of great actors that I'm sure have been working really hard on Beauty and the Beast.
It is. Of course, I'm a little prejudiced towards our Belle, who happens to be my daughter, Amanda Derbyshire. She grew up on the stage, and she just lights it up as Belle. That's another little unique twist to it because she played Chip at 12 years old when when we did this 10 years ago. So it's kind of an upgrade, if you may, from the box to the lead.
Yeah.
Our Beast has got one of the most incredible voices in Texoma, in Buddy Richardson, and our inanimates, the wardrobe and Mrs. Potts. The talent is just almost unexplainable. One of our volunteers said, an actress, when she did an interview, that said people come up to us and ask if we were professional. And the answer she had to give was no, but we love doing what we do.
Yes.
And it's about a 38-member cast with students from 14 or 15 years old up to adults in their 40s or 50s. And they just have a great time entertaining our community.
Any challenges to bringing something of this magnitude to the Wichita Theater?
Dwayne?
Oh. This is our final week. You talk about challenges. The biggest challenge in this show, it was the first time and it is this time around, is the final scene of the show at making the Beast transform back to the Prince. And we actually, the first year, we didn't have a clue what we were doing. Honestly, did not have a clue. And the night before we opened the show, the light bulb came on how to do it. And the next day when people came out, they said, "How did you do that?" Well, it looks like Copperfield, doesn't it? It came last night in the middle of the night. We figured it out. But the transformation is the most challenging part because you got to make it look real. You got to sell it. And so that's the biggest part of the show. But our video guy would have to say that getting all the video stuff ready for all the projections throughout the show, the interactive video is probably now the more challenging part. But yeah.
Okay, well, the big reveal, of course, is what everybody waits for. So I know that's probably what everybody
That's
wants
right.
to see.
And then we're not going to tell anybody how we do it. We'll let you think we're Copperfield. If
That's
that's
right.
what you think, we'll let them think. They
That's
won't have
right.
a chance.
Well, you have to go see it. So let's talk
That's
about
right.
when you can go see Beauty and the Beast.
It opens this Friday night, January 15th, with a 7:30 performance. And for the first 3 weekends, it's Friday night, Saturday afternoon at 2 only. No Saturday evening shows. It's winter. The kids like to get home in bed early. And so we just stopped with a matinee. And then the final 3 weeks, or the final 4 weeks of the run, will be Friday night with 2 shows on Saturday. So it'll run through the end of February every weekend. Check our website for all the show times and schedules.
Okay, what about tickets and cost?
Tickets are $24 for adults. We have military prices. They can buy their tickets at the ITT office, or they can buy it by calling the office. We have student rates. We have children prices, and the children are $12 this year. And so all of those can be bought through our website, through our box office. You can buy them at the door. If tickets are available, we do encourage people to buy in advance, because we do expect this to be a very well-attended show.
I was going to say, do you expect this one to be a
Yes,
sellout?
a big one.
Yeah, won't be a sellout. We got a lot of seats,
Yes.
but for us, we expect it to be greater than the average show.
Well, tell people why they should go see it.
We have wonderful talent. You're going to be mesmerized, amazed. It's a wonderful story. The Wichita Theater really does an incredible job. I'm excited for it.
I think everybody is.
Yeah.
All right, Beauty and the Beast, make sure you get a chance to go see it. We have a lot more to talk about, though, with the Wichita Theater. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Inside Texoma. Once again, I'm Melissa Kakarika, joined by Dwayne Jackson and Chance Harmon from the Wichita Theater. We've talked all about the theater and Beauty and the Beast, which is now going to be playing. But you guys have a lot going on, a lot of programs too, right?
We really do.
All right, so you're in charge of one, right?
Yes, actually, this was your idea. This started
Hey, don't
a couple
blame
years
me.
ago. I am
Don't
gonna
blame me
you.
for all of your hard work. That's-
We have a wonderful school program funded by the Pretty Foundation called Acting Out. We go to all the schools in the WFISD area in Region 9, and we see all the 6th graders. And we actually administer an audition workshop. We teach the kids how to audition, and not necessarily for a show, but we tell them, you know, you audition for everything in life. You're going to audition for sports and choir in school, and of course the most important audition you'll ever have when you grow up is a job interview. We teach them to really put their best foot forward, and what started out as a introduction to theater, and we really focused on the audition for the show, has turned into a confidence building, a reading experience that's like no other, and it really brings those kids out of their shell. I love it when the teacher says, I didn't know she could speak. That's a wonderful, it's a wonderful, wonderful program. And it actually started years ago. We have in-house workshops, actually for auditions, in the theater. So we started it at the theater, and we thought, what a great idea to actually take this into the schools. Not only give them some theater education, but also find the new talent that's out there. Yeah.
And how do they respond? I mean, I'm sure they love it.
You know what, it really is amazing. Like I said, what started out as something that seemed simple has turned into something huge. I mean, you'll see the quiet girl in the corner, we go in for 3 days, ends up just being the star of the classroom. And that's really amazing to get them up and to see them do that. And a lot of those kids are now in Beauty and the Beast. They'll come down and audition, and they're a part of our arts community. We have a thriving arts community in Wichita Falls, and I'm glad I can go into schools and share that and just let them know what's going on.
And important to get kids maybe interested early to know that they can do it, right?
Absolutely, and that's really the goal, is just to let them be aware. And when they get up, a lot of times when we first go into the class, we hand them scripts. They actually read scripts and do scenes together, and some of them are going, oh, and some are going, ee. They just realize that they can do it. I don't think they think they can. So they get up, and by the 3rd day, their confidence has changed.
Well, they get that stage fright, and then maybe the stage fright goes away.
Yes, I mean, it's just amazing. I think I was the same way. I think that's why I love this program so much.
And what's the name of the program?
It's called Acting Out, the Wichita Theater, and it's just really, it's been amazing. It has.
So that's for the 6th graders. You have one for 5th graders.
We
too,
also
right?
we have an introduction to the arts in Wichita Falls for all 5th graders. We love the Wichita Theater, but we know there are other arts organizations in town. We have a ballet, we have a symphony, and a lot of these kids may not know about that. So we go in and do a one class session to just tell them about all the arts and what's available to them.
And that's just kind of set up through the schools. The kids take advantage of it through the schools.
Absolutely. We probably go into an English class, or an arts class, or a music class, and spend the time with them.
Any differences between how the kids react to the different programs between 5th and 6th graders?
You know, it's so funny. The 5th graders are just excited that we're there. And they're probably excited they don't have to do whatever work that is that day. But it's amazing because a lot of those kids don't know what's available here. And I know that arts really affected me as a child. I mean, I ended up doing it for a living. So I just hope we reach one kid every classroom. The 6th graders, like I said, you go in there, a lot are shy. They're really not sure. By the end of the class, they really have a confidence that they didn't have before we came in there. And I love to hear the teachers say the same thing. They go, wow, what happened? Why couldn't you come here earlier?
So great programs for the kids. You mentioned they kind of grew out of other programs at the theater. Any other programs going on that adults or kids should know about?
We have theater workshops going on. You can check the website. We can teach you how to audition. I know a lot of people come to the Wichita Theater and they're scared too. Oh, I've never auditioned. Well, we have a workshop to kind of teach you what we do.
And open to anybody as far as
Absolutely. Absolutely. Like I said, check that Wichita Theater website and you can find the times for that.
Okay.
Melissa, it's really neat to see. I had a parent a number of years ago that kind of turned this from a business side for me to a children's side. We came into this from a marketing end, from a business structure. And I had a mother who I actually went to high school, junior high with, and she came up to me and she says, "What have you done with my daughter?" And of course, you can imagine my first response. "What do you mean, Angela?" She said, "I don't know where she went, but my daughter that I had in the past, after spending 5 weeks at summer camp, is a completely changed person. We can't shut her up. She was a wallflower, and I just want to say thank you." Yeah. And it was at that moment the light came on to say, wow. And we've had stories like that ever since from parents. And so when kids get the opportunity to present themselves publicly, no matter what the form, what the location, they are better prepared for anything in life. And that's what Chance and Bryson are trying to do through the workshop program, is just prepare them to stand up in front of anybody to do anything.
Great feelings for you guys, and I'm sure great motivation just to keep those programs going.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
The warm and fuzzies.
The warm and fuzzies, that's right.
All right. Well, Wichita Theater, of course, busy all year round with these programs and with shows. We'll talk about what else 2016 has to bring for you guys when we come back. Welcome back to Inside Texoma. I'm Melissa Kakarika, and I think I found some new co-hosts here in Dwayne Jackson and Chance Harmon from the Wichita Theater. We're having some fun talking about all that you have going on. We talked about Beauty and the Beast earlier in the show, but you guys pretty much have all of 2016 planned out, right?
We hope so. We hope so. We've got an incredible season. And if you can't find something for your kids to do, there's no more saying, I don't know what there is to do in Wichita Falls, which we've all heard, we all grown up with. It's going to be an incredible, incredible season.
Absolutely.
It's kind of what I would call a Disney-esque season, plus Grease.
Family friendly.
Family friendly season all the way through. We kick off the season obviously with Beauty and the Beast, but then we jump in 7 weeks later with a return of Grease. That's going to be kind of exciting because Grease is going to be live on the Fox network with live musical coming at the end of January. And it's kind of like they just did Wiz. And that's going to be kind of neat to see the effect and how it brings Grease back into the forefront, even though we understand it's still one of the most popular musicals around the world for theaters to do.
It absolutely is.
And then Chance is actually directing that show, so he is petitioning all to come out and audition.
I'll see you audition.
Oh, yeah, I'll be Sandy, right?
You think
Yeah,
you got any
right.
new co-host?
Yes.
We got an audition,
We got-
I'm sure.
Sandy, right here.
So there are auditions coming up for Grease.
Yes, they are. They are on the 25th and 26th. We would love to see everyone. Like we said, we take all the talented people in our community.
What time do auditions normally work?
6 o'clock.
6 o'clock.
Each night. We have some new changes that how we're going to do auditions, so they just need to pay attention to our website.
Check that
Under the
website.
audition tab. That'll tell them a little bit more about what's going on.
Yeah.
But so Grease is the next major show, but we also have 101 Dalmatians for the kids.
Yes, we do.
And that's going to be a blast to see all these little kids running around, 8 to 12 years old. They do such a great job. We've got some young talent that is absolutely out of this world.
Yes.
And they're our coming generation, so
They
we
are.
look forward to them. But their auditions are coming up on the
18th and 19th?
18th and
Yes,
19th,
I mean, they're coming up.
just right around the corner,
Check
6
that
o'clock
website.
as well. But then we go from Greece, then we go to, what are we going to do
Back
now?
to
Peter
Disney?
Pan.
We're going back to Disney.
Yes.
Actually, this is not the Disney version of Peter Pan.
Yeah.
Good to know.
No,
Yeah.
this is we did a Disney version, junior version a couple of years ago. This is a new production that we really fell in love with. We wanted a script that was different, but it's the same as the book. Obviously, you can't change Peter Pan, but the music is more contemporary,
Yeah.
and it's just going to give a little different feel, but with the same story. So we're really looking forward to doing another version of Peter Pan. And then the big one is, we really believe, coming this summer. We are one of the first to book it once it was announced, released to communities, and that is Disney's Little Mermaid.
Yes.
We will see what we can do with Ariel and all of her friends.
Yes.
And then we go to Shrek, and in the season on the
Christmas
major
show.
level with the Christmas show, Two from Galilee, which is
Oh.
the story, the telling of the birth of Christ in a big musical format.
Yeah.
So,
Makes sense for Christmas time.
you know, it's kind of a thing to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you want any information on the dates of when these shows will be kicking off, all on the website, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And
is.
I'm sure you can always connect with you guys on social media. Do you have Facebook and all that?
We do have a Facebook
Yeah,
page.
Wichita
yes.
Theater.
Yes.
Have a little response on the Facebook.
That's right. Like and share, like and share.
Like and share, like and
Yeah.
share, like and share.
Well, a lot going on. What do you hope to kind of get out of this season with all these shows?
You know, it's about the introduction. You know, with our Facebook page, we're pleased that we've got close to 18,000 Facebook fans, which is just unheard of. And that's incredible, and we want to just engage that group because we want to see kids getting away from those two-dimensional things they call TV game, PlayStations and Xboxes, and get them to experience life. And it's a great, great way for the family to do something together that doesn't cost an arm and a leg. People say this show was worth $75 to them, and it doesn't cost that much. But to see us get through the season, introduce new people, because every day there's the possibility of somebody new in town,
Yeah.
and find new faces to get on the stage. Hint, hint.
I think I might have to come audition. I don't think they're going to let me out of here. Well, and looking beyond 2016, any really long-term things the theater wants? One day at a
Just
time?
one day at a time.
Yeah, one
We
show
like
at
to
a
One show
say
at a
we
time.
live one show at a
Yes.
time. We do.
We're just excited we can put on these big productions. I really don't. I've worked in a lot of theaters around the country. I don't know anyone who tries to tackle all this at once like you, but we seem to do it and succeed. And like he said, it just gives people a new experience. There is something to do in Wichita Falls. Come downtown, see a great show. Like I said, we're going to be one of the first theaters to do Disney's Little Mermaid. That was exciting. That was the same way with Shrek a couple of years ago.
Really?
They become available and we just grab them and we know that we have the talent. We cross our fingers, we dive in, and we let the magic happen.
Yeah, these are big name shows.
These
so
are
I'm
big
are.
shows.
They're going to be
They
great.
are.
We're not bashful.
No.
We're not bashful.
No.
There's not a show out there that if they released it that we wouldn't take a chance if it was a family-based show.
Absolutely.
And we had somebody say, would you ever do Phantom of the Opera with all of its special effects? And we said, if they'll make it available, we'll tackle it.
Sure.
All right, so there you go. Maybe 2017, family.
That's right.
You are looking ahead. I want to let them know one more time the dates for Beauty and the Beast and how they can get tickets.
Beauty and the Beast begins this Friday night, January 15th, and will run through, I believe it's February the 28th. It's a 7-week schedule. You can purchase tickets through wichitatheater.com or box office, or you can buy your tickets at the door.
Yes, that gives people plenty of time to see it. We know people are busy. You have 7 weeks now. Come downtown.
Anything else people need to know about the Wichita Theater before we let you go? No, you guys
Come
are busy.
see us, please.
940-723-9037 if you don't have a phone.
Absolutely.
All right, thank you guys.
Thank
Thank you for tuning in to Inside Texoma.